ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Let's Play Warframe. As the title will suggest, this is going to be my 6 Forma build for your Kavats. Now I'm actually going to be showing you 2 different builds in this video. They are very similar, but one is more of a support role and the other is more of an offensive role. And these 2 builds will work with both species of Kavats, both the Adarza and the Smeeta Kavats. Now, personally, I like the Adarza a little bit better. I feel like having the ability to buff crit chance for your entire team is a little bit more support-based versus Charm, though Charm is an excellent skill, and the Smeeta Kavats are definitely an excellent breed, and I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that species name. I don't care. DE has been on a tear recently with hard to pronounce weapon names and item names, and it's been a nightmare for me personally. So I'm doing my best. I'm sorry. If you guys feel free to comment down below and say, "Oh, you're dumb. It's actually pronounced Smeeta or something." I don't even know. Moving on, the Kavats as a companion are really interesting. They're not as combat focused as Kubros are, and that's a good thing. I think that Kavats filling a more support-based role for frames is nice, and it differentiates them from Kubros. You know, Kubros are a great companion if you want to be able to deal raw damage, and they have a ton of survivability versus the non-biological companions. But they don't really have a whole lot of support in terms of something that isn't just being able to stun the capture target or something like that. Kubros are almost exclusively combat focused, and Kavats have a lot of mods that are more focused on support roles and helping the team, and I like that a little bit better personally than Kavats. Plus, I like the overall aesthetic look of the Kavats. Having different heads is a little cooler. The Kubro body types is a cool touch, and I would love to see different body types, at least different sizes on the Kavats moving forward, maybe in an update down the road. But right now, I'm happy with where we're at. The different head types are all unique, even the Scottish fold Persian head that everyone fucking seems to hate. I haven't found a single player who thinks that's a cool option for the Kavat yet. But also the different tails. There's 5 or 6 different types of tails, and all of them look pretty cool. The only one I would say that doesn't look very cool is the one with the, I think it's actually one of the rarer ones, the mushroom cap tail, for lack of a better way to explain it. But here we go. This is the build right here. This is the support build. We've got Cat's Eye, Sense Danger, and Reflect. Cat's Eye is going to buff the crit chance for your team. That's very important that it's first. Sense Danger actually lets off a sonar blast that will detect any enemy in range and will put them on the mini-map and will allow you to see them through walls. It's a very awesome support-based mod. Reflect just reflects damage back at the opponent. Not a very fancy mod. Now we have Sharpened Claws on this build. This will ruin armor and flesh for flesh-based opponents and armor-based opponents. It's awesome. It's a very combat-oriented skill. Now the rest of the mods are all pretty basic. Pack Leader for health regen, animal instinct for map awareness. We have link health and link shields or link armor, depending on what frame you have and what you're using. Shelter, so you have some defense while reviving allies. And finally, maul and bite for increased melee damage for your Kavat. Now, like I said, Sense Danger, the Sense Danger build is more of the support-based build. It'll give you and your team map awareness, and you can tell where enemies are and where they're coming from a little bit more easily. You have Shelter on there so that you can more easily revive teammates, especially if they went down in a bad spot. And you have Cat's Eye, which increases the crit chance for your entire team. It's a very solid support-based build. Now, the second build was the combat build. Obviously, it had Sharpened Claws instead of Sense Danger. Sharpened Claws, I've seen a Kavat strip a level 135 Bombard, Corrupt Bombard, strip their armor completely. 135. It's insanity. Now, obviously, because of enemy priority, the odds of that happening are slim, but having the potential to have Sharpened Claws nuke bombards on the Void or on high-level survival is pretty cool. And that is something that I don't know if a Kubro could really do. And something that I really like about Kavats and Kubros that the non-biological companions don't have is their increased survivability. Kavats and Kubros have link armor and link shields, which directly, which gives them a health and armor or shield boost depending on the health and armor or shields of the frame that you're using. So if you're using a frame with lots of health or lots of armor, you can potentially have a Kubro with thousands of HP and hundreds of armor. And that is a very interesting potential moving forward for long-term levels. Obviously, it does not have the vacuum ability that Carrier has, but I promise you guys, if you guys stop using Carrier for a couple of days, it won't even really matter. You won't even notice that you're picking up items and stuff like that. I haven't used Carrier in months, and I could not be happier, quite frankly. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is my video for Kavats released in Spectres of the Rail. I apologize that this video took so long to do. 6 formas is kind of 6 formas is kind of a lot to put on a Kavat, which is part of the reason it took so long. But thank you guys very much for coming. I appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content coming very soon. I am planning on doing more Warframe content moving forward here, such as Warframe Wednesdays. I'm actually going to do a more in-depth analysis of Carrier Prime and Carrier and why I can't stand it. That's a totally different video, though. Like I said, thank you guys very much for coming. We'll see you next time.